Hi, I'm Danny. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to properly install a thermostat in an 8th generation Honda Civic. A faulty thermostat can cause overheating if it's stuck closed and low heater performance if it's stuck open. It can also cause drivability problems and reduce gas mileage. A thermostat should be replaced as maintenance every 10 years. I'm replacing mine because my heater isn't getting hot anymore, and I have poor gas mileage. I recommend installing a genuine Honda thermostat. I'll put links in the description below. It's a good idea to pick up a radiator cap at the same time. Let's get started. The thermostat location is going to be right here. It also looks like it could have went there, but don't get mixed up because it's not. It's right here. Let's go ahead and remove that petcock and get that coolant out. So to remove the petcock, I'm going to use an actual petcock tool. This is what it looks like. I'll put a link in the description. You can use needle nose pliers, but then you risk breaking the petcock. And this works really good. I just slid it in here. And then I just loosen it. And then I'll do the rest by hand till it starts draining. Then I'll get that pan underneath. And I'll just let it drain from here. Now I'll remove the radiator cap and it'll flow a little bit better. Now I'm going to be reusing my coolant because I'm going to do a water pump in the near future. But I do recommend you changing your coolant at the same time. I'll put links to genuine Honda coolant for Amazon in the description. All right, so let's get that thermostat out. Let's remove the O2 sensor connector. Just set that aside. And then with my 10 millimeter, I'm going to remove this bracket. There's the first bolt. And I'm just using a 10 millimeter with a ratchet to get these off. And then once you break it loose, it just comes off by hand really easy. Now there's only 2 bolts. Let's go ahead and get these out. These are a little bit longer. There it is. And this is the other side. I'm going to use the same setup. Get it loose, and then I'll just go ahead and do the rest of it by hand. Just use my 2 fingers. Okay, so there's the second bolt. I'm going to actually pull off this upper hose. That'll give you a little bit better view, but as you can see, you can actually totally do this without pulling this hose. So we'll just pull that out. Then we'll take a little pick here. And we'll pull it out. It just gives you a little bit more room to see here. All right, now it's just a matter of pulling off our thermostat. And this is original. It's never been changed. And we'll take that over to the bench. So here's the thermostat. I mean, it looks okay, but then again, it's not being used in the conditions that it needs to be as far as the heat and temperature. So this is the new one right here. So Honda Santa Margarita, they wanted $102 for this thermostat. I got this on Amazon, and it's a original, genuine. I've got this for $32. I'll put an Amazon link in the description. I wouldn't go to the dealer if they're going to charge $102. So this is the exact same thing. Everything matches up, everything looks fine. Let's get the gasket installed. This opening right here is going to go right at this little valve here. The check valve helps coolant circulate and it prevents air pockets. This is probably the hardest part of the job. Just make sure everything gets on there good. Move it over just a hair. That looks good. Let's go ahead and get this installed. So as far as cleanup, there's really no cleanup on mine. I'm just going to take a little paper towel and wipe it down just in case there's some debris or something that I can't see. And then I'll take my thermostat. So if you look right here, this little valve, so this valve has to point up. So there's your tip for today. That's how it needs to go in, with this straight at the top. So there we are. My thermostat's in. Let's put on our housing. As far as my housing, also very clean. Didn't need any cleanup. We're just going to get it close. Get our bolts. Get them started by hand. And remember, these were the longer bolts. The smaller bolts went on the bracket. So big difference in length. Make sure you get the right ones. That one's in, and just kind of move this around a little bit. Let it seat. Now I'm going to torque them. I'm at 86 inch-pounds or 7.2 foot-pounds. So as you can see, they're not tight, but we're just putting an aluminum housing with aluminum threads, and we had that nice fat rubber gasket, so it's not going to leak. Next up, just going to put the bracket on. And again, this is going to take the smaller bolts. If you put a big bolt in here, you're going to run into some trouble here. And the torque on these is going to be the exact same. Now let's get the hose back on. Hose is just going to slip right back on. And I'll put a link to these pliers too. If you want to pick up these make it easy for these clamps. We're going to pop this on. Let's try to get it in the same area that it was in before. Oh, it's a little off. Perfect. Now let's plug back in our O2 sensor so we don't end up with any codes. And let's fill it up. All right, so I'm going to try not to make a mess. So I've got almost everything in there that I could get in there, besides what's on the ground right now. I'm going to go ahead and start it. And if you're wondering what the screwdriver was, this would have just fell over. So I put a screwdriver here to keep it from falling. So I'm going to hook up my scan tool. That way I can monitor coolant temperature sensor 1 and 2. This is the launch. I'm going to do a full review video on this coming up. But right now, I just want to get in here and I want to check the temperature sensors as they're heating up to see if they're working properly. So I've got the scanner here, engine coolant temperature sensor 1, that's on top of the engine. So this one is 170 degrees, and then the bottom one is only 60 degrees right now. So that tells me my thermostat has not opened yet. So let's just give it some more time. All right, so it looks like it's 186. It looks like the thermostat just opened, so now it says 84.2. Now it's at 86, so the thermostat's actually opening right now. When it's fully open, these two should be about the same. So this is where we're at. We're at 188 and 195. So our thermostat definitely open. Now we're just waiting for the fans to turn on. So if you look here, we're at 201 and 195. This is pretty much what you want to see. So I added fans, so the fans actually just turned on at right about 208. And now they just turned off. So we'll let them cycle one more time, and then we'll let it cool down and check the coolant level. There it is. There's the fans just went on at 212. Fans are going to cool it down a little bit, and then they'll shut off. There you go. Now just shut it off, and I'll let it cool down. I'll check the level, and I'll drive it. I hope you learned something in today's video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I added links in the description to all the products I used today, including the thermostat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.